and in which hundreds of others have been injured. Well, Nagorno Karabakh is in Azerbaijan, but has been run by ethnic Armenians since it broke away during a war in the 1990s. Well, the UN Security Council is today having an emergency meeting on that escalation, but despite appeals from Russia and the US to halt the fighting, there are growing concerns that the conflict could escalate, dragging in Moscow in defence of Armenia and Ankara in support of Azerbaijan. France 24's Catherine Bennett has this report for us.
The artillery strikes continued throughout Monday night, and as day broke, smoke billowed over Azeri military positions. Azerbaijani officials released these videos showing the latest clashes in its bitter historical war with Armenia. A war with civilian casualties on both sides.
Ընտանիքի անդամներս մեկը զոհվել է 9 տարեկան աղջիկս այս փոքր տղաս ծանր վիրավոր է տիկինս ներքևի բանալիցում է ինքն էլ է վիրավոր.
The disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh is officially part of Azerbaijan, but is controlled by ethnic Armenians, and the fighting appears to be spilling out of the region. The US, Russia and Germany have all pleaded for a ceasefire. But Turkey, a longtime ally of Azerbaijan, has said it is ready to help the country take back what it calls its occupied lands.
Bu sorunun çözümü basit. Tek bir çözüm var. Ermenistan işgal ettiği Azerbaycan topraklarından çekilecek. Bu çekilme olmadığı sürece bu sorun çözülmez.
It's also a propaganda war, with both sides inflating their military successes. Armenia has accused Turkey of shooting down an Armenian fighter jet, something that Turkey flatly denies. If true, it would mark a significant escalation of the conflict. The UN Security Council is holding closed-door emergency talks on Tuesday to try to seek a way out of the ongoing hostilities.
OK, well, I'm joined now by Chris Moore from our International Affairs desk. Chris, the UN Security Council holding talks today behind closed doors. I mean, should we be optimistic that anything much can be achieved there?
Well, first of all, the protagonists, Armenia and Azerbaijan, for the moment say they're not talking to each other. It is a cause of concern expressed by numerous world powers, the USA, Germany, France, and as you said, the UN Security Council discussing it. Now, Emmanuel Macron, the French president, has been talking about giving new impetus to the Minsk group. That's France with the US and Russia. It was set up in the 1990s after the initial brutal phase of this conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh to attempt to get a peace treaty signed. We're now in 2020, and of course it hasn't happened. And it's an area of conflict which has flared up on numerous occasions. Initially tensions in July, just before this latest outbreak of fighting, but also back in 2016. There are a lot of unresolved issues there. The biggest one being, of course, that there was this declaration effectively of an independent republic by Armenian separatists as the Soviet Union collapsed in the 1990s in this region. And the fact of the matter on the ground is that is not recognised by any international power today. It's always going to be a potential flashpoint. And it is a region in which there are obviously numerous interests and numerous outside powers potentially involved, a region in which there's oil and gas, and particularly the transit of oil and gas, and the South Caucasus had quite a long and turbulent history.
OK, so it's not a new conflict, as you said, and there have been these flare-ups in, not so distant past. But this time there are concerns that this could, given the severity of the situation right now, it could really blow up into a much broader conflict.
Yes and no. I was talking about outside players getting involved. Obviously, here we're talking about Turkey and Russia, not necessarily flavour of the month in the West at the moment, either of them, and often finding themselves on opposite sides of flashpoints around the world, in Syria, in Libya. But at the same time, they have this kind of weird symbiotic frenemies, kind of a constructive rivalry, if you call it, relationship. Now, as far as Turkey is concerned, a staunch ally of Azerbaijan, they weighed in on backing them this time, as you would expect. Turkey gets a lot of cheap gas from Azerbaijan. Russia, well, we were talking about the collapse of the Soviet Union. Russia still very much regards this region as very much its sphere of influence. It is close to Armenia. It has a military base there, a defence alliance, good relations with Armenia. But at the same time, has armed both sides in this and looked to maintain good relations with Azerbaijan as well. You saw in that report some of the language that's being used, the talks talking about helping the Azeris get back their occupied lands as Putin kind of urges restraint and caution and a ceasefire. The message is being sent to Turkey there that, yes, these are your neighbours, but at the same time, it's also our backyard.